What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know last week was a little slow. We only uploaded one, but we back in this one. Today, we're doing a first round mock draft with trades. My first ever official with trade first round mock draft. Um, Today, we'll be doing it off of my big board as of April 20th. So these are going to be my prospects. This is going to be what I would do mock draft with trades. Not my predictive one, but this is what I would do. At number one, Jacksonville Jaguars. I would get a guy that's really interchangeable, really movable, and that's Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. And right here, this is just a just top best player pick. I know Aiden is this, Aiden's that. Maybe OT. With the recent tag of Cam Robinson. Or Jawan Taylor. Was it Cam Robinson and Jawan Taylor? I don't remember. I think it's Cam Robinson. It just brings no need for another first round, top pick tackle to come in and, box out for that third tackle position. Number two here, Detroit, no trade. I'm gonna go Aiden Hutchinson if I was Detroit. No funny business, just get next best player. Texans at number three. If I'm the Texans, Tunsil's of talk trade, big cap, getting up in age now, This is the Evan Neal pick for me. I would take Evan Neal at number three if I was them. Same with Ekem right here. These top four picks for me are almost never gonna change. This is gonna be Ekem at number four. Now here at number five, this is where things may switch up. I may do this, I may do that, but these top five picks are going to look very similar to what you'll see by the end of this week. What you'll see from me, from other guys, from other talk show guys. It's going to be Trayvon Walker. Even though I do have Jermaine Johnson up here, I think that Jermaine is a little bit more of a one position, one liner guy. I feel like he is more of a edge off the five tech, but I feel like Trayvon Walker can move around a little bit. He could be your younger Leonard Williams, which if you could have two on the same team, there's nothing wrong with that. Pick six. If I'm the Carolina Panthers and I'm not into Darnold, even though Malik Willis is my 25th prospect, if I'm the Panthers and if I'm trying to go for a bang, I'm taking Malik Willis at 6. And then it comes back to the Giants. Charles Cross at OT, next best tackle for me. If I'm the Falcons, I said that this was a trade scenario, a trade out scenario in real life. But if Kyle Hamilton at number 6 falls to you at 4, at 8, Kyle Pitts fell to you at 4 last year. The freak of the combine. I still believe Kyle Hamilton's a freak at his size speed combination. If he falls to you at 8, you have to take him here. Seattle here at pick 9. If Jermaine Johnson's here, if I'm Seattle, I'm taking Jermaine Johnson. You come back here, number 10 to the Jets. You look here, this isn't a win now year. This is a let's see what we could do here. So let's see if we could get a trade candidate for us. Let's see. We just want maybe a few more picks, 1 or 2 more picks here. I can see. Let's do the Jets. And let's do the Eagles. I think the Eagles could come up here for a top contender. Oops, NFC. Let's do the 10, and let's do these two. Let's see if they'll go through. Oh, they don't want it. And they've accepted the trade. The Eagles come up here and they make that trade. The Eagles are going to take the next best thing, and it's going to be Jamison Williams. I had him originally going to Washington right here, But now that Washington, Jamison comes off, let's just go with next best receiver right here. Let's go Chris Olave. They come up to take an injured receiver, yes, but Jamison Williams just fits that scheme, and I think the Eagles are desperate enough to come up with all these extra picks here. Pick 12. They're never good with rookie corners, but I think that they're going to go up and they're going to take Derek Stingley with Patrick Peterson there. I think as an upperclassman, role model kind of guy. I think that he could really develop into this number one that we truly saw his freshman year. The Texans are here picking at number 13. And based off my board, no edge is really up that high except for Ajabo, who tore his Achilles. But I do think that they're going to take some kind of, front line player. And I think that Jordan Davis can be this, ultimate disruptor in a 3-4 scheme that, is just impassable at this point. The quarterback is out of question. They're not going to take quarterback here. It's not going to be this draft. They're going to test Bills out. So we're going to see about Jordan Davis here. Fits all over the scheme. Let's just see what he could do. Pick 14. This is just a Raven pick at this point. Ahmad Gardner, Cincinnati. Big number one alpha. He could lock down your number one. He could run with the best of them. He could cover with physicality. And the Ravens need that a little bit more physicality at the outside position at corner. Here we go, come to 15. The Eagles traded up to get receiver. And Devin Lloyd, if I'm them, Devin Lloyd's just too big of a pickup, too easy, movable of a piece to not take care of 15. The Saints at 16. If I'm here and if, Drake London is here, a bigger body jump ball guy who I think has really good after the catch playmaking that people just don't see that I do. If Michael Thomas doesn't play another game for you and you end up trading him, Drake London in the first round at 16 would not be a bad pickup. Right in the middle of the draft, smack dab value, and we're moving on from this pick. In pick 17, we have the Los Angeles Chargers making a pick here. I would really go best player here, but Andrew Booth, I feel like, doesn't feel the biggest need at corner. I still feel like let's surround Herbert with some protection. But I still think pending at top 20 is really rich. I did take Zion Johnson for them in that first one. But let's find a trade out candidate. So let's do Chargers. Let's trade with someone who has multiple picks here. I feel like Green Bay would come up here. Let's do the 17. Let's toss up the 20 and the 2. Let's send the 17 and the 4 for the 20. Yep, we got that trade. Green Bay comes up here. And I think even though, they do need a number one, I think top 20 for the next receiver, who is Garrett Wilson, is a really, really good pickup. But I think they're going to go for the bigger body guy. I think Treylon Burks he's just going to catch someone's eye as the the red zone mover, the Debo. I think he's going to be a healthy Debo. And the Jets traded from, top 10, from the 10 to the 18, they did gain an extra 4th. And right here, they're just going to take next best corner, and it's going to be Andrew Booth out of Clemson. When you look down, they had the 10th pick. Could you take Stingley? Could you take Gardner? Yes. But that extra pick later on could be an edge rusher that you pick up that can be an 8-9 sack guy immediately. Or maybe, one of these safeties that I got, Petrie, Weatherford, Brisker, Cook, a guy in the 3rd, a guy that you could reach, in the 4th, guys that I feel like are going to fall to the 5th. You could snag a guy like that with the guy like Marcus May being gone, that extra fourth in this, lower tier, but still first round in starter tier corner, you gain two starters in the place of, maybe the number one corner in this rookie class. So, trade value is worth it. And I believe that Andrew Booth and, maybe a linebacker or edge later on in the fourth in this round will be, a plus instead of this apex one and no other additional starter on defense. Now we come back to the Saints here, who had 16 at London. I mean, I really want to take Daxton Hill here, but I don't think his value is top, top in this scheme. I think with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and up and coming guys like this, I don't think they'll really truly spend a first on a safety. But for me, I still do not trust this O-line. I think I'm going to take Zion Johnson if I'm the Saints here. Yes, you took interior 3 years in a row with McCoy and Ruiz, and now Zion Johnson. But, at this point, that O-line on the interior is hit and miss, no matter who you got lined up in there. Ruiz has games where he shows up, and then McCoy has games where he disappears. And the McCoy's here, and Ruiz is gone. Sometimes they're both gone, and this interior looks like one of the worst in the game. And then sometimes they're blocking for a Kamara who's going for 200 all-purpose. So really, it's hit and miss at this point. And spending a first rounder on a team that's not going to be in contention this year for a Super Bowl run, I think that really this can be something for a testing, a shoot and a run and shoot year where you just go and just plug and play until something fits. Pick 20. If I'm the Steelers, I'm getting my quarterback. It's going to be Kenny Pickett, the hometown kid. You just can't go wrong with hometown. Played there 5 years, He's in your backyard. You know of him. You know everything. Pick 21. We're going to go with Nakobe Dean if I am the New England Patriots. To be honest, Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean are both Patriot-style linebackers. You have Lloyd, the bigger all-purpose guy, like a blitz lineup, middle 3-4, Mike, weak, strong Sam, everything. And then Nakobe Dean's that true, 4-3, weak side backer that they also run. Also 4-3, Mike that they run, the undersized, speedy guy that just the motor, the grit, it's all there. And if I'm the Patriots, I just need someone like that. And he's going to be here at 21, and I'm going to take him. The Chargers traded down with the Packers here at 22. And Linderbaum is here, and they're going to also gain that additional pick later, which, like I said, can be that, safety that, in my opinion, they can extra run with. They could bring down Adderley or, they could bring down Derwin into the slot or into the box, and have it overhanging fourth, like a Brian Cook or, Verone McKinley, one of those guys that are going to be in the fourth, later third rounds, But Linderbaum is the pick, interior guy, center, doesn't matter what he plays. He's going to plug and play for the best. Pick 23, we're going to go Trent McDuffie, another Washington DB. They say we have two that hit. Why not go for a third? And if you miss, you miss. You miss with the late second. No trade down here. They're going to take next best DB. Excuse me for my stuffy nose, my allergies. Pick 24. I always mess around with my boys, Julian. My brother, I told him I had him taking Trevor Penning, and I told him I had him taking, Desmond Ridder or something like that at this pick. But, truly, I'll give you the safety you need, the safety you want, guy that plugs and play everywhere, slot, nickel, free, strong box. Daxton Hill does it all. A little bit of a tweener, twitchy guy, but I love the way he plays. Garrett Wilson, 25. He's the next best thing. I think him and Stephon can be 100,000 guys on the same team. I think these guys could both go for 1,000 yards, 100 receptions, and 10 touchdowns easily with this offense and with Josh Allen. 25, they just take next best guy. The Titans here at 26. This is I had them taking Kenyon Green here with a no trade down value. Right here, I think that they could really, really build, something, special next year with a good quarterback draft class. But let's trade up with the Lions here, who have the additional first. Let's go through. We're gonna trade the 26 for this. We're gonna throw in a third. Let's check out a third. I'm gonna send a 6 their way. Yep. Lions come up here. You know, I don't think anybody up here will take a quarterback yet, but I think Lions are going for more kind of kneecap biters. So when I go with Davonte White, I know they went this interior defensive line really invested with Owuzarike and Ali McNeil. But I just think that, you go with, you could go with Ajabo, man up Michigan, stay in the state. But then I just think that they really want an interior motor guy. You got your exterior guy. This is a 4-3 scheme, in my opinion. It looks like a hybrid 4-3. So Davonte White, interior guy to Georgia, he's really the pass rushing compared to the big body space eater that Jordan Davis is. So I think White has really better pass rush upside. We're coming to pick 27. Let's get some more protection for Brady, who's coming back. Kenyon Green, next best offensive lineman. Tackle flexibility. I really like my guard, though. Pick 28. I had him taking Treylon Burks here. And I said they really don't have a 1 or 2. But I think that they could really go with O-line help here. But I still think that secondary is just missing something. They have a really good one with Jair, but he's not always healthy. And then, you got a young man Stokes you took last year at the end of the first. But I don't think he's going to be your alpha one. And I think Jair could be a mover piece. But I think Jair has that number 1 body alpha size and tenaciousness, physicality, and I don't think they could pass up on a number 1 alpha corner with Jair on a contract year like this. Pick 29, you're just stabbing next best player, and it's David Ajabo, another Michigan pass rusher who reminds me of Frank Clark, who could convert speed to power, very raw like Clark coming out. We're really just developed into this guy that uses his physicality to really just up the ante and just grab the offensive coordinator by force when it comes to game day, when that speed converts. Right here, pick 30. I'm gonna go next best receiver. It's Jahan Dodson. It's not that I don't like him, it's just that I like the upside of other guys. And they don't have a 1 or a 2 right now. So they take a number 1 potential pass rusher and a number 1 potential receiver at the end of the first. This is an A+ draft already for Kansas City. Corner is the big need, but I don't think anyone is worth taking even 31st right now. Let's look at interior line. I love Tyler Smith, Trevor Penning here. I think that they could go tackle, but I think that they are really missing this presence over the top, and I think Lewis Seen can really be this additional overhang free. I did say he's a little bit of a twitchy tweener, but I think he has the ball skill to really produce as the number 1 free safety in a scheme that this Bengals Zach Taylor runs. And I think that, this is a all pro potential pick if he really unloads in this scheme. Pick 32, they traded with the Lions. The Lions took Wyatt here. Pick 32, is this your quarterback pick? Even though the Tannehill is going through, is this, is this where you find your number 2 with AJ Brown trade and contract talks not really going through well? Is this just next best player, which is Trevor Penning? This is my board, by the way, in my opinion right here, this is where you go to the defensive side of the ball and you take next best player. I do have Perion Winfrey here, but Karlaftis, you could take all the pass rush help you could get. I do still have a true first round value on him. He's sitting at 33, but I feel like if you're top 40, all these guys top 40, I think these guys could all go the first round. I think Tariq Woolen, someone could pull the trigger on that. from anywhere from 30 to 32. I think he could go. But right here, it's going to be next best defensive player, George Karlaftis, to finish off our mock draft. Pick one, we had Thibodeau. My number one, Aiden Hutchinson to Detroit. Evan Neal and Ekem to the Texans and Jets. Trayvon Walker, number 5 to the Giants. Malik Willis, quarterback, in my opinion. These are my picks with trades. Goes to Carolina at 6. Charles Cross, tackle to New York. I fall in love with Charles Cross more and more every day. Kyle Hamilton, next best player in back-to-back drafts fall to them. Pick 8. That's the next best player. Seattle takes next best pass rush, Jermaine Johnson. Philadelphia comes up and trades with the Jets from 18 to 10 to take Jamison Williams, who's an explosive athlete, literally Deshaun Jackson. Washington gets Olave. Minnesota takes Stingley. Jordan Davis, next best defensive player, comes off the board to the Texans. Ahmad Gardner, shutdown corner, physical at the press, line of scrimmage to Baltimore at 14. Eagles take their linebacker, Devin Lloyd. New Orleans takes the big body, Drake London. Green Bay takes their number 1, Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. New York gets a number 1 corner, Andrew Booth. New Orleans Saints take the next best offensive lineman, Zion Johnson. Kenny Pickett goes to Pittsburgh, stays in the backyard. New England gets their Mike Nakobe Dean. Los Angeles trades down from 17 to 22, gets Linderbaum, next best offensive lineman. McDuffie, they're going to go 3 for 3 with Washington DBs in Arizona. Daxton Hill, Dallas, you get your safety. Garrett Wilson, he could go for 100 and 1,000 his rookie year, 100 receptions, 1,000 yards. Detroit trades up with the Titans to 26 to take Davonte White, interior pass rush help. Tampa takes next best offensive lineman to help keep Tampa Bay upright. Kyer Elam, Green Bay gets the true number 1 alpha. Ajabo and Jahan Dodson are upside guys. These guys are guys that can develop into true number 1s at receiver and edge. Louis Cine, Cincinnati takes their true free safety and number in that 31. And Karlaftis hops back up into the first at pick 32 for Tennessee to help with pass rush help along the entire defensive line. This is my first mock draft with trades of the season. The next one will be draft night. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment what you want to see, comment what you want to hear. I will be doing first round breakdown and grades. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you all on the flip.